A cloud platform like Snowflake and a data share capability allows us to take Venmo data, Braintree data, and PayPal data and consolidate that so we can actually give these new emerging technologies true discoverability for consumers and their payment methods at scale.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Data Cloud. Now we're currently in Las Vegas at Money 2020, where I'm now delighted to be joined by Avi Reddy, Senior Product Director of Enterprise Platform and Experiences at PayPal. Such a pleasure to sit down with you, Avi. Thank you again for making the time.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Looking forward to diving in. Let's start off with the big picture, Avi. PayPal's mission is to build the most convenient, secure, and cost-effective payment solution on the planet. With hundreds of millions of active accounts, you have a unique view of the overall market. What macro trend in digital commerce is most top of mind for you right now as you look to enhance the overall customer's experience?
You know, agentic AI is naturally the first response that you'd get, I think, from anyone working in the payments industry. At the moment, I look at it slightly differently. I think it's really becoming about identity more than anything, and identity in the payments and commerce ecosystem is taking on multiple shapes and form factors. In my opinion, the core to commerce now is bringing together the payment method token or the sort of a funding instrument for a transaction, and then the customer token. And that type of sort of trend and convergence, as you see these new technologies like agentic interfaces start to evolve, is what will really drive commerce. It's exactly what will help us connect our 400 million customers to this new ecosystem that is evolving.
Thank you for that. Let's dive a little bit deeper. You are shaping the future of commerce, really for the world. How is AI changing the fundamental value equation for both consumers and merchants on your platform?
It's the most remarkable thing that I've seen, certainly in my professional career. And to simplify it, what we've witnessed is the end-to-end value chain in commerce has actually shrunk, and you've brought the payment flow all the way up to the interaction, and you've brought the identity all the way up to the interaction. So we are very quickly heading towards what would be a world where you have seamless, instantaneous payment as you go about in your daily life. I often think back to the Minority Report for some reason. It's a movie that just rings a bell, and we're heading there very quickly. But I mean, to rationalize that in effect means checkout happens at the point of consumer discovery, and so does identity validation, verification, and ultimately fraud and risk management as well. So we're seeing all of these core capabilities that exist actually be meshed together at the point of interaction. We're moving into a truly high frequency, instantaneous environment.
Fascinating insights. Thank you for that. And delivering these advanced personalized AI features at a global scale requires an immense data capability. How does leveraging a powerful data platform like the AI Data Cloud enable your teams to innovate faster and roll out these kinds of AI-powered solutions globally?
Yeah, Snowflake here really has been an enabler and a platform to allow our teams internally at PayPal to move faster. And to make this practical, when you think of one of the agentic platforms out there, PayPal is in the prime position to actually have validation and payment context across 400 million consumers. So that's, a wide span and coverage, certainly in the US market and our core markets within Europe and Australia. Now, when you think about how expansive that is, you can multiply that effect in PayPal because we also have Venmo,
Right.
and we have the Braintree card processing platform, which supports some of the biggest commerce platforms out there in the world. You've got a ton of data that can help identify and bring together payment context. Here's the problem. All these systems and products have lived on legacy infrastructures, ETLs, pipelines, and no superpowered dev and product team could work their way out of that fast enough to catch up and remediate, all of the legacy fractures and challenges that have existed in the ecosystem. A cloud platform like Snowflake and a data share capability allows us to take Venmo data, Braintree data, and PayPal data and consolidate that so we can actually give these new emerging technologies true discoverability for consumers and their payment methods at scale.
Great perspectives and insights. Thank you, Avi. And taking this one step further, what role will data and AI play in making it the central hub for a consumer's financial life?
I've got a bit of an answer to that that's more purpose driven, and I think that
Yeah.
has to do with my own personal context, being sort of born and bred South African, and experiencing financial services and coverage like the mobile emergence and how
Mhm.
that was a leapfrog. And if you unpack that further, what I think we are sitting on the cusp of is when data is consolidated for any individual or business, so be it a consumer or a juristic entity, if you can apply AI on clean data models in that context, I believe you can drive global financial wellness. So let me give context to that. Credit mechanisms have for a very long time thrived in more modern markets, but in the emerging markets, it's actually been more exclusive,
Mm.
and in many ways, it didn't drive the right inclusion. By bringing all of this data together, I believe we will see more effective decision making that drives prosperity overall.
Really appreciate that personal reflection. Thank you for that, Avi. And for the executives listening and watching today, what is the single most important piece of advice you have for them as they think about building a secure and trusted digital experience for their own customers?
Yeah, that the greatest opportunity is actually on the dark side of our ecosystem in this sort of AI emergence. And we need to have our best game on when it comes to security, operations, fraud prevention, and ultimately providing trust for our consumers. Yeah,
Well, Avi, I really enjoyed our time. Thank you so much for joining me here at Money 2020 in Las Vegas.
yeah, thank you.
And for the audience watching, I'm Ryan Green with Data Cloud Now. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you soon.